I've been home for about 18 transfers now. So it's a bad habit. So I got home in September of 2016, which was a really exciting time to be in America. And I immediately got to work catching up on all the important things I'd been kind of left out of. You know, like lit and yeet. And something like, yeah, so like, I'm kind of hip. I could pick that stuff up. The one thing that was really confusing for me was the phrase low-key, which means like sorta-ish, and it's spelled L-O-W as in low, and then K-E-Y as in key, not L-O-K-I, like Loki, the brother of Thor. So for a really long time, I just thought that the Avengers had become adjectives. But I can hang, you know? If the kids are saying it, I can pick it up. So I got to BYU and, started dating. And, hey, Sarah, we've spent a lot of time together. I've just never met someone who's so Black Widow hot, yet Doctor Strange spiritual. And I was wondering if you'd like to Ant-Man and the Wasp make us a thing. She said, Thanos, no. Just kidding, she just said no. I like spending time with people that don't think that much. They say a lot of fun things. I was with one of my buddies the other day, and he was telling me about anti-vaxxers, which are people that don't take vaccines, I guess. And he was getting really angry about it and flustered, and he's like, I just wish that there was a plague that only targeted anti-vaxxers. It's like, buddy, do I have some great news for you? Another example is I was with my roommates, and one of my roommates was like, guys, have you noticed that our apartment has hard water? And I just laughed at him. I was embarrassed. I was like, dude, you can just call it ice. I don't know. I just think it's really funny when people are absolutely oblivious to their own ignorance and dumbness. So I don't know much about the economy. I've never taken an econ class before. But that has never stopped me from teaching myself economic principles that I see in my everyday life. I was at Smith's the other day. I saw you could buy a pack of 10 balloons for $2, but then at the checkout, you could buy one big blown up balloon for $5 a piece. So I thought about it, and then it clicked that must be how inflation works. It makes sense, and you can't change my mind. So Christmas is coming up. You have to say a Christmas joke. Yeah, thank you, guys. I'm kind of nervous, though. I had a bad experience last Christmas. Have you ever seen Mr. Kruger's Christmas? Just someone shout if I just need one person to shout. Yes! Whoa, okay, great. So you guys know, it's like Jimmy Stewart teams up with the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. And I can call them that because that's what they were called when they filmed it. So I can grandfather that term into today. But they team up, and it's just this really beautiful, heartwarming movie about this, like the real meaning of Christmas. And you laugh and you cry, and you're happy and you feel good afterwards. Well, my mom wanted us to all watch Mr. Kruger's Christmas on Christmas Eve. I was in charge of getting it. I accidentally downloaded Freddy Krueger's Christmas, which is a different movie. It has different characters, yet it still had that same festive Christmas spirit. I also had a bad experience this Thanksgiving. I asked one of my cousins if she'd be interested in going on a blind date with one of my friends. And she's a little taller than me, but she just laughed. She looked at me and said, well, listen, if he's on your level, I'm probably not interested. Right? I was shocked. My own cousin discriminates people based on size. So I told her, like, you don't date people like that. She's like, well, I mean, I've been on a couple, and they were all right, but it's just not my thing. I said, so you never marry someone like that? And she said, no, but hear me out. It's not just because of that. It's culture. We come from different backgrounds. What if I want to play basketball, and he wants to play mini golf or whatever you do? I got kind of mad. I was like, you think you're better than us, don't you? And she said, no, we're all equal. But maybe it's good if we're separate. So I snapped. I was like, listen, just because you look down on us doesn't give you the right to look down on us. And she said, Parker, you don't understand. I wasn't talking about height. I was talking about your maturity. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm pretty mature. She said, then why didn't you just say that your mashed potatoes were Tony Stark lit? And then ask for hard water in your ginger ale. That's why I said I won.